rules of differentiation. Okay, the first one to consider is the sum rule. Number one, sum rule. What does it say? It says that if you have a function, consider a function y which is equal to u plus v. Here u is a function of x, differentiable. V is a function of x which is also differentiable. Then you want to compute the derivative. In fact, let me even do this. Plus or minus v. Because you can have u plus v, you can also have u minus v, as we treated earlier in the channel, in some of the videos in the channel. So if you're not familiar with this, please go back to watch some of the videos on operations on functions. You will get used to this. Okay, so if we want to differentiate y with respect to x, this rule says this is nothing but derivative of u with respect to x plus or minus the derivative of v with respect to x. So that is the sum rule for differentiation. For example, if we take y to be 2x to the 2 plus sine x, and we want to compute dy by dx, we find dy by dx. Here, you can see that we added two different functions to get this new function y. The first function is 2x squared. The second function is sine x. And then we know that 2x squared is differentiable. Sine x is also differentiable. So applying this rule, we can see that the derivative dy by dx, is alright. So first we set u of x to be 2x squared, and then we set v of x to be sine x. Here we know that dy by dx, applying what we saw in the previous video of a function of the form y equal ax raised to power n, so dy by dx is nax raised to power n minus 1. We apply that to differentiate u. We have also seen that the derivative of sine x is equal to cos x. So with this in mind, our du with respect to x is 4x. Then dv with respect to x is equal to cos x. Hence, dy by dx, which is du by dx plus dv by dx, is simply, we know who this is, 4x, we know who this is, cos x, and that is the derivative of y with respect to x. So this is how we can apply the sum rule to compute the derivative of the sum of two functions that are differentiable. Okay, what about is the product rule. Again, like I said before, we've dealt with how to take the product of two functions to get a new function. If you're not familiar, watch my earlier videos on my YouTube channel, and you'll see how we describe that. So if we have a function y, which is a product of u and v, here u is a function of x, differentiable. V is a function of x, and it is also differentiable. The product rule says that the derivative of y with respect to x is nothing but u dv by dx plus v du by dx. We can actually get this formula by using the formula for finding the derivative from the first principle. Do I need to worry about this? Well, I consider the audience of interest, so that we don't end up scaring those whose mathematics background is not that strong. Let's just pick the formula and apply. So it's good enough to learn the application now. As you grow higher, then you can worry about how you can derive the formula by yourself. Of course, in the text that we have recommended in class, the full proof of all these formulas are there, so you can pick them up. Like I said, we continue to enrich the channel, so develop this formula from first principle